Okay, I think we're good now. I hope we are good. Hey Naomi, sorry about that previous one. I was having issues. Wait, this is straight. This is what's crooked. Okay, hold on. Hey, lucky girl. I'm just having all sorts of issues today. All sorts of issues. It's been one of them days. One of them days. Let's see here. Hey, lucky girl. Hey, T-Barb. Terry, Carol, Patricia, Renee, McAlrod, Ann, GM Dave, Desiree, Karen, Cece, Cheryl, Joanne, my darling, thank you so much for the tea that you sent. I'm having some right now. It's delicious. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Joanne. Hey, Sylvia. Tammy, T-Barb, Karen, Catherine, sweet darling Lulu, Patricia, Carmen, Mags. Hey, Allie P. You're still awake. It's only 8 o'clock here. It only took me like an hour to set up because I'm having a day. Let's see here. Does anybody know, is Mercury still retrograde? Because I swear I feel like I'm all sorts of discombobulated. Hey, Freda. Hey, hieroglyphics. Hi, M greetings. You're watching us from down under, huh? Well, hello to you. It's post-retrograde till the 20th. No wonder I'm feeling all sorts of bonkers. I'm telling you, it's been one issue after another. I swear. Hey, Cappy's mom. It's been raining on and off here today. Well, I use the word rain very, very lightly. It's been like, we got the news that on the Weather Channel, well, on the weather app on our phone, that it was going to rain. So I was all excited. And it was just a mild sprinkle on and off in my area. It was like mostly raining over in the east because we're over by the coast. So we didn't get much. And now I can hear the rain on my window because my desk that I'm sitting at faces the window. So hopefully it sticks around because Peanut and I were making dinner. And Peanut was like, hurry up, it's raining. So I ran outside. As soon as I ran outside, it was done. It was like not even 10 seconds. I was like, are you kidding me right now? Lord. I'm telling you. So I wanted to show you guys, Johnny got me these for Christmas, y'all. Look at these. They're beautiful. I'm going to show you this one first. I used this one today. Full moon tomorrow, you think? T-Barb. So I use these ones today, but the artwork is gorgeous. Here's the ring and house. This one comes with extra cards, but I don't use them. I don't feel that it's necessary, but you guys know me. I never, Yeah, I know, right? My little owls, they're so cute. There's the letter. Here's the moon. The artwork on these is just spectacular. Here's what the back of them looks like. Very pretty. So there's the moon. Here's the ship. Oh, and there's an octopus getting it. Oh, I love octopus. Bouquet, which if you're not familiar with the numbering, I mean, at least they put it here, but you could mistake these for lilies. But it's actually number 9, bouquet, the queen of spades. Here's the mice, except there's only one mouse and a little kitty cat. Crossroads, book, woman. Oh, and she's got a little ferret. I just noticed that. I used to have a little ferret. Her name was Tiny. Tiny the Terrible Terror. I have a picture of her We got a picture printed on canvas, like as a portrait at Costco, and I have it hanging up here inside my little reading room. But look, she's got a little ferret. Oh, here's the little fox. Isn't that precious? You see child. Here's the dog. Doesn't he look happy, you guys? He looks so happy. Here's snake. Bear. This is what I wish would eat Putin. I'm telling y'all, I wish a bear would eat his ass at this point. I'm so sick of him. Here's the stork. That's pretty. The scythe. The broom and whip, but on this one it's just called broom, but this is broom and whip. That's pretty. It looks like it's in a magical shop, and it's like a magical broom too, it looks like. Here's tower. Clover. Birds. Here it's called owls, but it's really birds. It's the same as the cover. It's so pretty. Hi, Sylvia. I think I said hello to you, but I'm saying hello to you again. Here's key. Putin poop, lucky girl. Stars. This one's really pretty too. Anchor. Hey, Jenny. Heart. Here's the clouds. This one, if you use directionality, it wouldn't really allow you to because both sides are dark. I would assume this side would be the lightest, but it looks like just one big cloud. Coffin. Again, closed coffin, so you wouldn't be able to use directionality on this one if you chose to. Lilies. Mountain. That's very pretty. Here's the tree. Rider. The cross. The man. And the sun. Garden. Oh, there's a little chipmunk right there. See a little chipmunk? Oh. And fish. That's the whole deck. And then this is the back of them. And then these are the extras. So you get Pandora's box, which looks kind of scary. There's like ghost skulls and stuff up there. A snail. That looks really cute. A magic lamp. That's really pretty. I really like this one. Keyhole. Island. Hourglass. Balloon. Oh, that's pretty. And the arch. I think I might use some of these for bookmarks because they're just like this one. It's just so pretty. I wouldn't like punch a hole on it though, because Johnny had sent me some tarot cards he wasn't using, and I punched a hole in them and put a little tassel, but I wouldn't do that to these. These are just too beautiful. But I think I might use these as bookmarks because they're just precious, because I don't tend to use extras. These are made by let me see here. This right here, Tarocco Studios, Tarocco Studio. And you can get these on Amazon, but they come from Russia. So this is my third deck because my sister had gotten me a deck too. I need to fish it out. But yeah, that's this one. Let me show you guys the other one from the same place, from Tarocco Studios. And this one is the Revival art. But John, I just got these because he ordered them for Christmas, and I just got them, I think, yesterday. And this one here doesn't come with extras. So here's Rider. Oh, and here's the back of them. It's just a picture of a little girl. You can see that. There you go. So this is the Revival art, but this one's the Rider. Clover. Ship. I really like the colors on these. It's very soft and like almost like watercolored, very pretty. House, tree, that looks like a mangled tree. Clouds, see this one has the clouds darkening on the bottom here towards this side. So if you use directionality, you would go this way where it's brightening up. If you use directionality. Snake, coffin, bouquet. That's pretty. That looks like a painting, like the sort of paintings my mom used to have in the house that were like framed in these like kind of goldish sort of frames. I'm not sure what type of style this is called. It's been a long time since I took an art class, but it reminds me of like a still life of florals. It's very pretty though. Scythe. Here's the broom and whip again. That looks like a creepy ass child though. Like a haunted child, doesn't it? Creepy ass kid. Birds. This one's pretty. It's got peacock and some fowl. And some little pigeons down here. It's pretty. Child. It's cute. It's carrying sunflowers here. Fox. He got him a chicken. Look, he's eating the chicken there. Bear. Stars. Here's the storks. Oh, the doggy. It's a little cocker spaniel. Isn't that kid creepy, Lucky Girl? It's like, it looks like the evil clown It. Here's tower. Here's garden. That's pretty. Reminds me of France for some reason. Mountain. This is very pretty. See, I wouldn't mind if that house wasn't so dilapidated. I wouldn't mind living there. Crossroads. Mice. This one's got 3 mice that I can see clearly. Getting into the food. Heart. Ring. Impressionistic. Is that the word, Karen? Book. This one's pretty too. Letter. Man. Woman. Lily. Here's the sun. And the moon. And the key. And the fish. And the anchor. And the cross. So these are super cool. Like I said, I used these ones today. I haven't used these ones yet. But the other ones with the little owls are just, oh my gosh, they're beautiful. So thank you so much, Johnny. Thank you a million bazillions. Can't wait to use these. So thank you. Well, I haven't been on in a while. I've been kind of, I don't know, hermitizing myself. So figured come on here tonight, hang out. So this on Tableau I did, oh my gosh, Jenny, how long ago was it? Like a week and a half ago, maybe? Because I did this Grand Tableau. I took a picture and I sent it to Jenny. So it's been, I think, a week and a half, I think, almost 2 weeks ago. Okay, thank you, Jenny. Yeah, I did this one almost 2 weeks ago, and I'm just now getting around to getting to it. So my bad, sorry. So for those of you that are new, hey, Diana. Hello. For those of you that are new to the channel, this is a Grand Tableau. This spread is reserved for Kipper and the Lenormand. There are 2 ways to do a grand tableau for the Lenormand. You can do the 8x4+4, which is the format that I prefer, which is 8 columns across, 4 down, and then 4 at the very bottom that function as the line of fate. Or you can do a 9x4, which is more of the German tradition, which is 9 across and 4 down. When doing a 9x4, you would read the 5th column down as the line of fate. The 8x4+4 is more of a French tradition, which is my preference to use. When you hear me refer to houses, it would be, the houses would be, if I were to number these cards in order 1 through 36. So this would be house rider, house clover, house ship, house, house tree, cloud, snake, coffin, so on and so forth, in numerical order through position 36. The houses are fixed. They do not move. What changes is the cards that land on the houses. So just keep that in mind. You don't have to use the houses. I prefer to use houses because then you can chain, and you'll see me do that later on. If I remember to do it. So this grand tableau is for the Orange Menace, Spanky Mac Spankerton, the Eater of Classified Documents, and the Clogger of Toilets. So 2 weeks ago I did this. I'll get to that when I get to that, Marie. He lands down here all the way at the very bottom. So he's not in good position, meaning the entire weight of all these cards are on his shoulders. He's carrying it on his shoulders. The further up the significator is, the better. The lower down, not so good. I am not going to do the left is the past, right is the future, because the intention was to do this for 1 year. So I'm scrapping that rule, and I'm going this way, back this way, and then this way to reach 1 year. And I got that word from Mr. Bjorn. I can't pronounce his last name. Because in Rana George's book, she does more of the French tradition, which is where your significator is. To the left is the past, to the right is the future. That's more of a French tradition. And then Bjorn, whose last name I cannot pronounce, he argues in his books that, there's nothing in the original instructions that say to do that. So he argues that if you want to do it for a year, then you read it as a year. Okay. Hey, Rondell, how you doing down there in Australia? So that's what I'm going with tonight. So he's not in a very good position from where he's landing. It shows that he's perhaps quite overwhelmed with a lot of the things. He's not in much control. If he were like up here, let's say he was sitting right here with ring above his head, this would be what is on his mind. This would be the line that he sits on, would be where he's at, and then everything below him would be what he is in control of. However, because of where he lands, which is down here all the way at the bottom, he doesn't have much control of anything. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of like he can't really control anything, if that makes any sense. So based on that position, not doing well. He sits on house sun, which could say that he's perhaps a bit optimistic of the way things are going. And also in this grand tableau, stars sits in its own house and heart sits in its own house. So he's perhaps very passionate and hopeful that things will turn around and go in a different direction. But we'll see. So these cards right here, not good at all. he's headed for significant ruin this way. And if I had to guessing a time, I'm guessing he sits on house Sun. Time frame wise, that would be around the summer. This tableau starts off with clouds, which is card number 6, which would be around June. So I would guesstimate sometime around June or July, perhaps, because this is February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Okay. So sometime in the summer, shit may hit the fan for him, and it's not well. And most specifically in terms of business and commerce, he's got anchor, ship, and fish. These are the 3 cards of the sea. All of those, when they land that close together, has to do with business, commerce, lots of fortune, a lot of fortune. But ship is landing in house whip, not good. And then he's got mountain right behind it this way. Problems, obstacles, delays, enemies, and a lot of fighting within relationships or agreements, or fighting agreements that are perhaps quite burdensome because of a lie. So that's looking like it's starting now because he's got storks over him, but it's like it may actually hit the fan the closer we get to the warmer months. If I'm interpreting this correctly, perhaps around June through August is when it starts to snowball out of control for him. So the problems that I'm seeing here in this tableau that he has no control over is business and commerce, and a shit ton of legal losses and fights. So he's down here. He's got decisions to make, but there are decisions that kind of rupture. I mean, not that he has any reputation left. He's not honorable. It ruptures his honor. There's no creative outlet for him. But like I said, he's still clinging on to hope, and he's optimistic. He's got key right here. So he has access to the answers. The problem with that is that there's very important documents that have to do with how you market yourself, that are going to be disputed, and it has to do around agreements. Okay, if I box him in, he's got snake, woman, heart. So traditionally, woman and man is 2 in a couple. A man and a woman together, like in a couple. Okay. I'm having a very difficult time discerning that, simply because her chain, it goes to, she sits on key. Okay. This woman has the answers to what was stolen that had to do with gifts. And they're financial. So, and she's got storks over her head and tree. I'm not sure if this is Melania or Vanky, but she's in a world of shit. She's got snake right next to her. This woman lied. Also, there's going to be trouble here because there's a friend or someone that was trusted to guide that may have been talking. Okay. With the government in regards to business ventures, and this person was in conversations and negotiations. This person was also involved in guiding matters that have to do with business in a corporation or an institution, as well as with the law. Okay, that person has betrayed her, whoever this woman is. And like I said, traditionally this would be the partner, but it's hard to decipher because he's got one woman here, one here, one here, and one here. So whoever this person is, this is the queen of hearts, queen of clubs, queen of spades, queen of diamonds. There's 4 women right here in addition to this one. that I can read that bring problems. She has the cross closest to her, which is a good thing, because the closer the cross is, yes, you still suffer, but it's a little bit more, you can overcome it. However, it sits above her head. So not in a good position. But here it shows that she's able to turn things around, but she's guilty of changing and inflating, adding to finances. Storks sits on house bear. Finances, power, strength, food. Okay. And then changing things, inflating them, expanding them, metastasizing them, making it big, 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 big. Okay. So she's guilty of that. Liar, 23, 24, 23, 22. Several lies, multiple areas of lies, trouble that just everywhere you turn, it's not like it's a detour, it's just trouble. Multiple lies as well. And something that she's very passionate about, perhaps also to do with some sort of generosity, okay? And gifts that were given that were just bad poo-poo. Now, for him, there's false praise here. False praise, perhaps down this column, agreements that were made that are quite painful and difficult. Something has to be sacrificed. And false praise here in regards to family and property. House sits on house cross. So the family and properties suffer. Okay. Hope I'm making sense here for all you new folk. Hold on. Now I've done jacked this up. Oh, shit. Okay. Sorry, you guys. Like I said, I'm having all sorts of issues today. I hope that that's better. Maybe not. Okay. So for him, no bueno. It looks like, if I'm interpreting this correctly, let me move it this way. Okay. It looks like, bear with me because this is, this thing is a shitstorm, and it tells you right here, there's really bad news being delivered in regards to business and money. Clouds in the house, writer, I'm not moving the camera again, so let me try to do it this way. Clouds is on writer goes to fish goes to dog. Okay, so bad news that was delivered from a person that was supposed to be guiding and helping you out with your business and commerce. So I'm not sure if that's Weaselberg or who, but that person dealt with, sorry, maybe, okay, there we go. Be smarter than the freaking controls, Becca. So that might be Alan Weiselberg. Now, let me see here. Her this way. Her line of influence is hitting this way. Her success and her energy, her triumph, her optimism is being seriously burdened, not successful for her. And she's going to have to decide. There's going to be a rupture or some sort of, I don't want to say accident, and you guys take it the wrong way. But that's not good for her. It's almost like target here and target here with him. Okay. For something that she did in regards to, she stole, she sits on house mice, stealing, thief, and she stole gifts. Woman sits on mice, mice goes back to bouquet. So the stealing of gifts. Now, him moving along this way. Hey, tribal woman, thank you. If I follow him, his current line is saying this tree sits on house snake. Okay. Storks sits on house bear. Woman sits on house mice, man sits on house sun. Growing, solid, deeply rooted, shit ton of trouble with snake. I would not read this as health because this is close. This is very close. Close, it's far. It's not close enough to him for this to mean that it's his health. It's more of growing problems, growing trouble. Okay. This way. Growing trouble because of adding to improving finances. Okay. Storks is improvement, it's change, it's a move, and it sits on bear, which is power, strength, finance, food. So there's growing problems around increasing or adding to his finances, his assets. A woman that steals, woman sits on house mice, and him on house sun. Exposure, as well as he could be quite literally quite optimistic. His answer to the problems is to deliver the documents and fight. Whip sits on ring. He is going to fight this way. Ring sits on clouds. Problematic, confusing relationships. This could be the agreements that he made. Okay. And fight the guilt that those documents were fraudulent. Cross sits on fox. Fox knights over here to cross, and it also sits on house. So he's going to fight perhaps the terms, the conditions, the agreements, the promises that he made, that the documents or the properties are fraudulent. The family has committed fraud. Fox in the house. Okay. And remember, house down here on the line of fate sits on cross, which is fraudulent. Okay. So that's that chain. House to cross to fox. That's the chain. So the family is under investigation for that's being quite burdensome. Also, the properties, fraudulent, and then sacrifice, burdens, guilt, suffering, blah, 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 blah. So that's another point. The properties in the family come under a lot of duress. Okay. So his answer to that is just to fight it out in court. And it looks like he fights it out in court to not pay, to not have to pay. I don't know how that would work. I don't know if he's done it before, but if these are payments here, there's going to be a fight about it this way. Fish, knights here to mountain. Delayed payments or not paying. Fish, knights here to letter, which sits on house man. His bills in the mail. Fish, knights over to anchor, which sits on house ship, which is right below it, which sits on house whip. He's going to fight to not make payments. Once it moves this way, and it's going to be a fight with the institutions and corporations, and deny that they did not commit fraud to not have to pay, because the line of fate is saying down here, bear and house key, writer and house fish, book and house anchor, and house and house cross. The financiers, the people that have, what's the word I'm looking for? Investors. This way here, it's banks. This way here, it's bank as well. They're going to come to collect because they're going to realize perhaps during discovery how bad these properties and the family really is. So there's potential here that the bills are going to come due this way. and he's going to fight to not have to pay the bills, if that makes any sense. Am I making sense to anybody out there in the internet world? I'll wait till I see the comments. Jenny, has he done that before? Because here in this tiny little corner here, it shows as time moves this forward. Okay, so this is him. As he moves this way, when he hits this, it's almost like when the bills come due and everybody figures out just how effed up he is and how underwater he is, he's going to fight the institutions to not pay the bills. Has he done that before? Because it shows continued fighting. The whip is sex, it's addictions, it's criticism, it's something that's repetitive. It happens over and over and over and over. Ring is routine because it's a circle. It goes around in a circle. Okay? So it's continued, prolonged, ongoing fighting to not have to honor his commitments. Ninth sits on Moon. Moon is honor. Let me see. I think so. When he filed bankruptcy for the first time, he files for bankruptcy. See, I do not see bankruptcy here because Bear is down, way down at the line of fate. Coffin is way up here. What it does show on his corners, Clouds, Crossroads, Scythe, and Whip. He's fucked. He is fucked in more ways than one. Sorry about the language. Clouds is the most negative card that you can get. It's worse than Coffin, simply by pip. And what I mean by pip, let me find it for you. The cards have, for those of you that are new, the cards have a little pip here. Like Ring is the Ace of Clubs. House is the King of Diamonds. Okay, so let me show you. What am I looking for? This is King of Clubs. That's 10 of Diamonds. So simply by the pip and the suit on hierarchy, it's worse. Let me see. Let me see here real quick. Okay, there's Clouds, King of Clubs. Sorry. And Coffin is 9 of Diamonds. I misspoke. So simply by suit, King of Clubs is higher up than a 9 of Diamonds. I hope that makes sense. That's why this one is considered the worst. And it affects this card, this card, this card, this card, this card, this card, this card. So everything that this is touching within close proximity. Very close, 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 very close, close. It knights down here, very close. Close, very close. And then this way, close. So it's going to hit, the problems are going to hit this entire region here. So let's take a look at that. 1 second, please. Okay, so the thing is, I'm not seeing bankruptcy in this tableau. In this tableau, I don't see it. I don't see it because Fish is down here. Okay. Fish is your independence. It's shopping. This would be the liquid money that you have, or yeah, the money that you have in your wallet, in your bank account. Bear is more of your resources. Okay. In order to show bankruptcy, you would need Coffin behind Fish, but more importantly, behind Bear. It sits too far for it to be that way, if that makes any sense. So the problems and ruin Okay, he's going to have a lot of issues and problems. There's going to be several areas that are going to become dead ends for him, and several losses, because you have crossroads sitting on coffin. He's out of luck, out of opportunity. Why? Coffin sits on clover. He's got scythe sitting on moon, so a rupture, and just effed up his reputation. And then whip is sitting on ring, which I think we talked about that already, fighting agreements and continually, repeatedly, routinely fighting off those agreements. So it's like it's a shitstorm, and it just continues and repeats and repeats and repeats and repeats. Central to his tableau, he's got mountain in house birds, clover in house child, birds in house garden, and dog in house mountain. He's out of friends. He's got enemies that are talking. Mountain is also enemies. It sits on birds. Birds sits right below it in house garden. He's got enemies within the organization that are talking. There is a very small chance, small chance. And he's going to take perhaps a new risk, because the friends here, the people that were supposed to be loyal, that he could trust, dog sits on mountain, are now enemies, if that makes any sense. So those closest to him become enemies, and there's a very, 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 very small chance that the friends are going to provide answers. And yeah, good luck. That they're going to provide answers and keep their mouth shut. Book falls below ring. Below key. They'll talk. And this way it shows that they talk. And by talking, they betray him, this person, this person, this person. There's also a man down here. There is a younger man here, a younger man here, a man here, a man here. But we'll get to that. So let me see. So over here, like I said, the problems are going to come through business and commerce because of this little constellation here. Anchor, ship, and fish. The cards of the sea deal with commerce, money, trade, business. Okay. So the problems come around his business. Also, whip knights over here to garden. Okay. Whip knighting to garden. A lot of fighting and problems within the organization itself. So this could be Trump org. And also whatever institutions he has, like LLCs or anything, because it shows that there's an abundance of institutions under his name, not just banks. This is public funds as well. So in this whole portion, we're looking at public funds. Right here would be IRS. These two here would be like independent corporations, so perhaps like LLCs. We're also looking at banks, institutions that have to do with shopping and trade, commerce. Okay, so IRS, all the independent Trump LLCs or whatever the hell he has that are small, okay, and perhaps new as well. Also, the RNC. Yeah, clouds, nights to fish, but fish comes after. And if you do it this way, it comes after. If you do it this way, yeah, huge, huge, huge problems around business. Big problems around business. And this way too, because ship also has to do with trade and commerce. Huge problems around business. So let's see here. This could be a very big park where you put the dead people. There's business to be had there for peace, right? So this could be about the the stuff he's trying to do in New Jersey to have, because this is a very large area, outdoor area, an outdoor area, lots of grass, somewhere where there would be an audience or like a concert or something like that. Well, this would be a concert. But so if this is in regards to his funeral stuff that he's trying to do on the golf course, if you go this way, it's going to take a long time. But eventually, no. Because of the fighting and his not being able to, fighting the commitments and not being able to honor the commitments, if that makes any sense. So there's that. Also, Garden sits on Scythe. Scythe is next to him on House Moon. There's a very good chance he gets from the RNC as well, because this party, this congregation of people is it's cut, sits on Scythe. You have Fish sitting on Dog, so we're looking at an accountant. We're also looking at many friends, many people that are loyal, that are conservative and older. This is the King of Spades. Okay, that sit on House Book. They have knowledge. So there's a chance as time moves this way that he's also cut out from the RNC. If this is the RNC paying his bills, that gets cut off this way. Okay. So let's see. The business and commerce is in a shit ton of trouble. If this is in regards to land and property, like outdoor areas, golf courses, any outside areas, okay, they're in trouble as well. This sits on Scythe. Why? Because it's a business venture with these three. Anchor, Knights to Fish, Anchor, Knights to Mice, Mice, Knights to Fish. This is going to be prolonged, very persistent thievery in regards to commerce and business. Persistent thievery and losses as well, because mice take away. Okay. Let's see here. What else can I look at? Jenny, what did you say? I'm sorry, I didn't see your question from before. Foreclosure? No. Because House sits all the way down at the bottom on House Cross. Fox sits on House. Okay. And then Cross is sitting on Bear. In order to show foreclosure, you would need to have House very close to Coffin or Clouds, but Coffin would show the end of something. Okay. And that doesn't show here. That doesn't show. Now, there, as time moves this way, there could be news that they're going to take away, seize something, take away. Here's the government. Okay, take away because of something that fluctuated or improved or increased. And then here is the something that shows repetition. So there may be charges for racketeering this way, and the government tries to take away here with mice. And the properties, hey CG, the properties become burdened and they have to be sacrificed. House sitting on cross, and then fox sitting on house for fraudulent properties. So this way here, it shows money laundering as well, abusing repetitively abusing repetitively with like a pattern of abuse, because whip shows a pattern of abuse with business and finances and commerce here. And it's the organization, but also quite possibly large areas, large outdoor areas. Perhaps one that's close to water with these, because this is water, this is water, this is water. So there may be one that's close to water that becomes a target. So I don't know if that would be, this would be more like an island with these two. But it's around water, this one. Well, I don't know where all his golf courses are, Jenny, but wait, Mar-a-Lago's by the water, right? Am I right? Is the one in New Jersey by water as well? Because if I'm looking for quantity, I would look at this, the one after it, which is 3. 3 that have a pattern. Ship sits on whip. Scotland, New Jersey, Doral, Florida. Well, shit. All right, because, okay. These 3 right here, business and commerce, but also by water. Okay. So, and this says far away. Okay. This right here would say an island. These 2 together. So what? Fuck. I'm telling you all, this is a goddamn mess. This is a goddamn mess. Because it shows that the organization has a pattern of abusing money and commerce here. So all those are in a shit ton of trouble, and there's a possibility to be taken away here. Taken away. Big problems, taken away. There's the government, and then there's the fighting. Garden is number 20. It's got ship right next to it, which is number 3. But this sits on scythe. So whatever this is, and then here is fish. There's an abundance. Okay. So this is not just business. It's abundance. It's prosperity. It's independence. Okay. So there's an abundance of these, whatever these are, that get cut. And it's not just around because of fraudulent properties with fox sitting on house, not just fraudulent properties, and they're guilty of it, but it's also like, it's something that the court uses here, court, that shows a pattern of abuse in an institution and an organization for money here to be abused and be put through a cycle. Moon cycles. Okay. So it looks like as it moves this way, there is a strong chance of losing something being taken away for something civil that happens with perhaps racketeering. But it's around his business and business and commerce and this thing right here. Okay. I mean, the idiot's still hopeful. He's still hopeful. He's optimistic. He thinks he's going to be successful, but it's like, oh my God, you damn stupid fool. You damn stupid fool. What's hitting him on this line of influence is Fox in house, Clover in house, child, Snake in house, crossroads, and him in house, son. Self-serving, wheeling and dealing, taking gambles, lying, and then him. That's what's hitting him this way. So all of these problems are caused by this. And here with heart, that's also a line of influence. Heart in its own house, it could be because of his desires, his own, with this right here saying that he's a self-serving liar. He's a self-serving liar for what he wants, his desires. But he sits on house sun. He really thinks he's going to get out of this, but good luck with that, homeboy. I mean, his answer here would be to delay. It knights over here to mountain. Mountain sits on house birds. Delay any communications, delay any sort of negotiations. And then they're suffering this way for fraud. The answer is finances, but that answer also sits on woman. It goes back to her. There's a very important woman here that's been stealing gifts. For a very long time, that has been kept secret in regards, and they've been doing it persistently in business ventures. There's a pattern of routine ongoing where they're fighting some sort of an agreement, and it's a problematic relationship. The news is coming about his business, and also perhaps some sort of a friend or a guide that was supposed to help with business transactions. This person has turned into an enemy for talking about this organization that is going to be cut out. His reputation, there's documents around it, the results of it for him and his exposure. Now, here's something funny. Saturday or Sunday after the live stream and the after show, Johnny and Jenny and I were talking, and I read through the grand tableau because I had taken a picture, and Jenny and Johnny were helping me out, and we were laughing. We were laughing so hard because here's letter. Okay, letter is tasks, it's mail, it's results. It also is the card that symbolizes any and all paperwork, emails, mail, faxes, text messages, anything that's written communication, whereas this is more verbal communication. Well, right below it here is book. So we were talking about the classified documents that he had delivered secretly to his house in Mar-a-Lago. That's another thing that shows up here that he's going to be guilty of. Well, guess what sits right here? Bear. So we were laughing about it because it's like, oh my God, because bear is food, power, finance. So he was eating classified material. We were laughing about it so hard. On Sunday night, I was like, oh dear God, he was eating it like a salad. We were laughing about it so hard. Oh, because I asked him, I was like, oh my God, guess what's by letter? And Johnny was like, bear. And I was like, yep, there it is. And I showed it to him. He just lost it. I was like, yep, he was eating freaking records. This fucking idiot. I swear to God. Okay. So he knights here to book. He knights to dog. He knights to cross. He knights to stars. So he has knowledge of a friend turned enemy, and also someone that is loyal, that is perhaps stonewalling. Okay. He's suffering, and he's going to be significantly burdened for fraud. Cross sitting on Fox, also burdened at work, because Fox is also the card of employment. But he's still holding out hope, because he knights over here to Stars, and Stars sits in its own house. He's clinging on to hope that these people are going to save his ass. Dog sits on Mountain. Dog has Mountain right over its head. It's got Cross over its head. It's got Snake right next to it. And it's got Birds next to it, which is bad. You want birds far away if this is a person. And Birds sits on Garden. Now, on this line, it hits Tower. So there's a couple of ways to read this. If this is in regards to the January 6th committee, also here, this can also be the committee, okay? Clouds, card number 6, sitting on House Rider, January 6th. There's your committee of large people that are holding hearings and interviews this way. That is small in the government and the result of him. Okay, so let's read this first as his allies that were in government that were trying to help him overturn the government. Why do I say that? Tower is sitting on Storks, changing the government and the fight that ensued. Okay, so in that context, hey Lynn, in that context, let's see here. These people are going to be backed up against a corner, and they're going to have to lie to a woman this way. But then they'll be found guilty for lying, because there is a promise here that is very burdensome. So some sort of an oath, and then they lie and betray this way. Okay. Nervousness and bad for Birds being so close. There is a lot of meetings and a lot of communications. There could be voice mail here, or transcripts of meetings where they were negotiating, okay, and how they were going to provide answers to please him. So in regards to his co-conspirators, Dog knights to Ring, Dog knights to Fox. Fox is in the house. So allies that he had perhaps in the house that were going to claim fraud. They had promised to cause confusion, and they got themselves into a bad predicament. Ring and House Rider. Those people will provide answers. There's answers on these people this way. If I box this dog in context of January 6th, okay, these people eventually, you think they can help you, but here it shows that they flip, they turn. Distant. Fraud. It's like once they get caught, they distance, and they flip and distance, because there's evidence from a woman here that has to do with paperwork and documents from Mango. I'm reading, Diane, Dog as perhaps the people that he was communicating with for the insurrection. Dog knights over here to Storks. So a friend that promised change to overturn something. Okay. They promised change in regards to fraud for their own careers. They distance themselves, and also transfer with what do you call this? Ship and whip, fighting, transfer. Okay. So I'm going to read in one context, this being his allies in the house. Dog knights over to house. House sits on fox. These people are gonna, they'll squeal. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but it shows two columns ahead from him. He's hoping this way. He's very optimistic, and he's taking a gamble and hoping that these people will give him the answer that he wants or the access that they want. However, dog is sitting on mountain with mountain over its head. These people are going to come under a lot of pressure, and they're going to be squeezed to talk to the committee. Birds sits on garden. They're going to be squeezed to talk. Child on tower. There's going to be new legal action. And then fish on dog. The many. There's more than one many, an abundance of them, an abundance of testimony, an abundance of people talking to the committee in the government in regards to changing the government here. Tower in house storks. That's one context. In the context of this person being a person that provides guidance in regards to business, then we could say perhaps Alan Weiselberg, or any other person that provided guidance that may have been an employee. Dog knights over to fox. Fox's work. So this is someone that he trusted as an employee. Okay. This person also gets put under a lot of pressure to talk to a large body of people for something new in the courts that has to do with business. And it's this person, the person that guides in regards to business, and then adding to government or institutions. So in the context of Alan Weiselberg or any other person that worked with Weiselberg, those that were perhaps tasked with paperwork right here for Donald Trump, dog to letter, a friendly letter, but this would be someone that pens it for you. Letter sits on man, someone that provided or was in charge of documents of the financial nature down here, of a financial nature to Donald Trump, because letter sits in position 28, which is man. Okay. So those, this man is fucked beyond fucked, dude. I mean, not that I'm complaining at all. I ain't complaining. It's about damn time. Now, do I see him getting indicted and going to jail? No. I don't see it here. I don't see it here. I could be missing it, but I don't see it. Because why? Well, cross sits above him. It sits pretty close enough to where whatever he's suffering from, he overcomes this way. But the only way to get him to talk to this is by knighting. So I go 1, 2, and then boom, there. That's how I get these two to talk. What's touching it closest is her. She's in more immediate danger than him, whoever this woman is. And this woman here too. If I read this person as a woman, queen of clubs and queen of hearts and queen of diamonds. But it's like these. More so than him. Also, tower is way over here. Now, there could be, with scythe here, let me see. Let me rack my brain. If I go this way and I flip it back around this way, if I follow this up this way, it has to do with the elections and a loss. Over here, it shows the phone call and the voicemails or anything that he spoke that was recorded and written down, recorded a transcript. But elections is up here. I'm trying to see. Because when you go this way, this last line over here, around August, over here, that's when the legal problems come in. And it's not just around his business and commerce, but it's also about stealing government here, overturning the election and fighting the people fighting at outdoors, the confusion for the election, and then weapons. These two here, even though it's separated by mice, if I mirror this and this is death. That's death. So there's just so much, and I'm wondering, letter sits on him, so there's a possibility that he's referred, that he's also referred. There's a judge here, and then that's when legal fighting starts. So he gets referred, but it's like, which one comes first? I can't unfuck this enough. Because if it's the phone call to Georgia, there's the phone call here. And there's the record of it. This is birds sitting on garden. So that would be more like the results from the committee hearings and who the committee has interviewed, that referral for him. Does that make sense? That get delivered this way. So there's the fraud, the delay, the meetings with the committee, the hearings that they're having, and then the results for Trump, because letter sits on House Man, and then they get delivered here. That happens. This column here would be like my May, from where he sits. This would be May, give or take a little bit on each end. But I thought they were supposed to be having public hearings. But it sits on House Garden. So, and then the results of him. But it looks like there's a referral that gets delivered. The one for Georgia. With Fannie Willis. I'm wondering if this would be Fannie. I'm just speculating here. Because on this line that's being influenced, changing the elections. And this woman has the evidence. And it's a woman because key sits on woman. Also, election changing, overturning the election, overturning a loss, because crossroads sits on coffin, overturning, overchanging a loss, improving power, lying about the elections. Snake sits on crossroads. The answer, a woman has the answer this way. So I don't know if this is Fannie Mae or Liz Cheney. Like I said, there's this woman here, this woman here, this woman here, this woman here, this woman here. There's 5. And I can't, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I do not know. Let me see. Well, this is a vindictive. This woman can be vindictive. This one is younger, blonde hair, blue eyes, tall, lanky, a dancer, graceful. This one, kind of indecisive, can have perhaps something very distinct about the hair color. I'm just giving you quick examples, but it's just I don't know who's who because they're so bundled up close to each other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. This one would be younger. So this line is saying that there's growing and increasing problems around finances. They're just going to grow and increase in regards to finances. And a woman is very, very nervous that he's going to be exposed, but he's quite optimistic that they'll get out of it. If I read this direct line. Tree on snake, growing, trouble. Storks on bear, increasing, changing, improving, finances. Woman on mice. This woman is a thief and she's nervous. Man on sun, optimistic, triumphant, successful, with a lot of energy. So that's his line. Currently, we're at the time of this tableau, this is his current line. Success and opportunity for a friend is success is the answer or the key, but that's not good either. That's not good because this person's under pressure and they talk and they squeak. Let me see. Down here. Oh, wait a minute. 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 This could also be the fake electors. Why? Dog is sitting on mountain. These people are under pressure to delay. Mountain sits over their head. They're thinking about the problems that they're shouldering a lot of weight in regards to what? The fraud, the investigation. Okay. There's an investigation in the house, Fox sitting on house, that's putting a lot of pressure for them to talk. And there's the paperwork and the results for Donald Trump. Why do I say fake electors? Because there was a meeting with these people to lie. Go up this line of influence here, lie about the election to overturn. And the answer is to results for him to give him the honor. And that's how they were fighting it. So even the false electors, they show up this way. Why? They were going to successful win with these friends that were going to give the answers, the access. Does that make sense? I mean, this thing is so fucked, dude. I can't pick everything out. Okay, let's go to this line. Okay. Anchor on ship, ship on whip, child on tower, moon on letter. Okay. Fuck. And not just that, but there's growing guilt here for these people. And then the results of Trump that they delivered here. They delivered it. The results, knight it this way, false, lies. Knight it this way, the many. Knight it this way, transition. The results of the transition when the paperwork is a lie. It's not true. Of the many. And then here, house, entourage. These people are guilty. So there's another one. Birds is, I usually read this as 7 to 12 people. It's a smaller group. But there's more than that. There is more than that because it sits on garden, and garden is a large body. It's more, it sits on garden. Garden is up here, and then it's got fish below it in abundance. In abundance. Abundance. A lot. Many. So it's more than, I would normally read this as 7 to 12, but no, it's way, 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 way more. Okay, so these people were fake. They delivered paperwork here. They delivered it. This goes to fish. The many that were loyal and friendly. Okay, so let me go back to this. New business ventures for him with some sort of an institution that he's wanting to market. Good luck with that. It's sitting on whip. It sits on whip. Anchor on, sorry, let me move this down. Let me move it this way. Anchor on ship, ship right below it on whip, child on tower, and moon on ladder. A new business venture that could be small, or it's at the very beginning, the early stages of it, for some sort of institution or corporation as a means to market himself, but it doesn't go well. This is followed by mountain here. He's delayed and blocked, and it sits on whip. So there's going to be problems there. So the business venture itself, hold on, you guys. Can I go make some more tea? Do you guys mind? Is that okay with you guys? I'll let you all sit here and stare at this and see if you can fish anything else out. Because I've been trying to unscrew this thing for the last 2 weeks. And I'm just so, I can't undo it. And also because stars are very vast. Okay. Think about when you go outside and there's no street lights or nothing, and you can just see stars for days. It's very vast and widespread. So this is just, it's widespread, and it's a web. So here, hopeful commitments, but they're problematic. They're very bad because rank sits on what is that? Clouds. The Stars also nights here to fish widespread lies, widespread lies that he has spread. He has spread the lies about continuation, about partnerships and agreements, and they're dear God. Let me go make some tea. I'll be right back. Could the lady be Ivanka? See, that's Carol. That's what I'm really having a problem with, because, and I'll tell you why. Traditionally, this would be the significator's partner. Okay. Especially when they land this close together. You can see she's here and he's there. How they land together, this would tell me this is their significant partner. So this would be more like a Melania. Okay. Traditionally. But this woman is shitting her pants and she's a thief. And this woman has access to the finances. Oh, you know what? I just remembered just now. Sunday night, I kept getting something about on the Sunday Night Live that we did over on Jenny's channel with Johnny and Adrian. Every question that we asked, I kept getting woman. And I kept thinking it was Ivanka, which I should stop saying. I should stop putting names out there because I have no way of knowing. Well, the day after the news came out, I saw it on, I think I sent it to Johnny and Jenny. Melania Trump is under investigation right now for a fraudulent charity that she's running. There's a charity that she started in Florida to be able to raise money for a portion of it to be given to kids in foster homes to study computer science. However, she never registered or created the charity. So she's been raking in money. Now Melania is under criminal investigation for charity fraud. So I cannot tell you with good faith who this is. Traditionally, it would be the partner. And because I'm a stickler, I'm going to say this would be Melania. Maybe this would be Ivanka. I don't know who this is. I don't know who that is. And I don't know who that is. So just based on tradition and where she's landing, I'm going to go with the partner. If that makes sense, Carol. And she sits on mice. Thief and very, very nervous. Very nervous. Let me go get some coffee. Well, apparently she is Diana because, now she's being investigated for a fake charity for stealing. Yeah, she knights to the ring. She knights over here. And she's got Snake next to her. This is a woman that he cheated on and who also cheats. She was the mistress because this is a marriage full of problems. It sits on clouds. Okay, very muddy, murky relationship. And then followed by crossroads. This was a relationship where somebody was cheating because it splits multiple relationships. And then she's got Snake here. She was the mistress. Okay. So she could be mistress number 2 or 3. I don't know. But that's just that quick, But other than that, there's a woman here, 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 and here as well. If I had to pick, maybe this would be Melania. It fits more of her description. Blonde hair, pretty, very into cosmetics and makeup and clothing, accessories, that sort of thing. This one, it would be someone a little bit taller, lankier, dancer. This would be someone with brown hair, brown eyes, may wear glasses. The name may or may not have an S in it somewhere, because the snake coils. This would also be anything that winds and coils. And like I said, this one would be someone that's indecisive. Hold on, let me go get my little tea. I'll be right back. I'm gonna make some tea. Hey guys, I'm back. I wanted to show you guys the coffee that the tea that Joanne got me that I'm drinking. It's this one. This one. Focus. Masala chai from Pantinger. It's masala tea, or I'm sorry, chai tea. And it's so good. It comes in these little sachets like this. And oh my gosh, it's divine. Divine. Thank you so much, Joanne. I make my I like my chai with I put like a, that's why it looks like that. I put what is it? Condensed milk, like a small spoonful. But oh, it's so good. It's just like perfectly spicy. And I love it. It's so delicious. So thank you so much, Joanne. Thank you, thank you. Okay, sorry. I was steeping my oh, condensed milk. Yeah, that's right, Marie. Condensed milk. I just use like a tiny little bit, and it sweetens it up a little bit. So I was just thinking about something. Sunday night, in the after show, I did a box spread on the classified material that Spanky took home with him. And I see it here too. And I say that because there's letter, your documents, there's book, secret, classified. It looks like when I did the box spread Sunday night, what I got was the documents that got him impeached, and it was stuff around his impeachment and family business, and weapons. Here, well, on the corners, we have weapons. Here. The classified documents, here's the letter, which would be your documents, book, which is secret. A small, new, or short phone call with an ally that he was putting under pressure. Okay. There's your access here, the documents, and then some sort of delivery, something that he was holding off from delivering. And the delivery had to do with finances with Bear, and also something that they purchased. But they were being blocked here. Dog sits on mountains over their head. So this person was under pressure and they were being asked to block something, or they were being blocked. Okay. Dog nights here to Fox. Sorry. Dog nights here to Fox and to Ring. Promise to investigate, to give him access for a win. Okay. So so from that reading, I got that the one on the after show, I got that it was something to do with the first impeachment, which would be the Ukraine, something about weapons, family business, and it was garden, fish, and books, something about public funds that were being kept secret. So I don't know what else was public funds that he was keeping secret. I don't know if that had to do with something with the wall or whatever, but it looks like from that previous read that we did Sunday night in the after show, it looked like stuff that got him first impeachment. Here, it's showing pressuring a friend in a phone call to get that was to promise an investigation to give him access or an answer in secret. Also something here in regards to financial records, something financial that was being delivered. And there was something in that first reading on the box spread that had weapons that were secret, and like public funds that were secret, weapons that were secret, transactions and purchases of weapons that were secret or classified. Something about the family business too, because it was house, letter, and fish down the middle row. So that was that read from Sunday night. But here it's showing that it had to do with classified documents, some sort of meeting that he had with friends and allies, putting people under pressure for them to give him answers. Also something financial, which also reminds me, I'm wondering if this person, because if you follow him, he goes this way. Okay. This way. So we can read this as a line of 5, an institution that's supposed to be independent. Okay. And a new conversation or negotiation with a friend. Discussions or meetings in regards to business and a new government friend. Well, this person here has access to records that are financial. I'm wondering if some of the stuff he took too was, because if you look here, public funds, an institution with money, I'm wondering if he took shit home from the IRS too, provided by someone that he knew and trusted in an institution that is public, that has to deal with transactions and money. So I'm wondering if he took some tax records home too, his own personal tax records or whatever, you know, or whatever the IRS had on him, which isn't, you know, far-fetched considering that Steve Mnuchin was his bitch, you know. So I mean, that is speculation, but, you know, I just remembered that. So let me see here. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. They also blocked Cutter, or Jared Kushner did, because they wouldn't give him the loan for his demon devil thing. So that's he used the levers of government to punish Qatar until they gave him the money. There, so in that box spread, I saw family business, I saw weapons, I saw public money, blockages of public money, the impeachment. So and then here it's showing financial records. So I'm wondering if he took some of his stuff home too, that he got out of the IRS, as if they don't have a backup, and as if Steve Mnuchin, if he was stupid enough to try to you know, Control Alt Delete that evidence, it's not like it's not backed up somewhere, you know. Oh, there's Johnny. Hi, Johnny. Where did I leave off, you guys? I forget. Also, I think I touched on it, that he may get cut off from the RNC here. Also, down this column right here, these 2 lines right here, and if I box it in this way, there's meetings that are being held, small meetings, between people that he considers allies that are conversing, negotiating on ways to cut him out because he's a risk to a win. And then there's a loss in the election here. So I would not be surprised if there's betrayal here from these people that are meeting at a party, that are talking or trying to figure out ways to cut him out. Because here it shows that he's cut out down here. So I don't think this is the RNC because dog sits here and garden sits way over here, but bird sits on garden. I wouldn't be surprised if there's meetings, brainstorming going on how they're going to him out from the party because he's a risk. And if this is the one that they're looking to have, this is what's on this person's mind, a big problem, an enemy. The win is going to be sacrificed. It's not going to happen. Negotiating, the friend's betrayal, his results, and what will please them and make them happy, not so much him. This is not donors. This is more people that are party insiders because Birds is sitting on Garden and Garden is sitting on Scythe. This is more of the party insiders. Here, Ignites over here to Ring. They're part of a union. They work in a union. They work in unison. And there's also a very self-serving, manipulative, cunning, tricky, shady-ass partnership because Ring sits on Clouds and Fox sits on House. They appear to be friends. Dog Knight's here to him, but it's got Snake right there in between. False praise, false happiness. No, it's not McConnell. It's like party insiders. Perhaps people that run the party, people that meet for the party. This is not McConnell. McConnell would be more like something like this, which we need to get over here because there's a man here. There's a man here. There's a man here. There's a man over here. There's a younger man here. I'm thinking this is Mark Meadows. This would be someone that has veteran status. So if that's Flynn or what's his name? Bannon, I can't tell you. There's a younger one here that may have addiction issues. So that might be like, or that could be very into sports or very physical. So this could be like a Jim Jordan maybe, but I don't know. There's one here that's very irritable and confused and kind of whacked out of their minds. And then there's one down here in the House. So somewhere in this little portion here, this might be like a Mark Meadows. This, I'm not sure, because it's sitting next to Tower. So perhaps someone of veteran status, maybe. So I know Steve Bannon is a veteran as well. So is Flynn. So I don't know, or maybe it was somebody else. I don't know. I can't give you names. There's another man here, a younger man here, or someone that's very athletic. So maybe like a Jim Jordan. One up here, and then here with House, all the way at the bottom. Let me see here. What else we got? Okay, so back to his businesses and commerce up here. Closures, endings, losses, persistent fraud this way. So stuff is going to get closed down or lost, like a heavy loss. Anchor has depth, and it sits on House. Ship, which has to do with commerce because of fraud in the family and fraud with properties. A gathering of people, that do business and commerce is blocked and delayed here. They become enemies. Small business or new business is problematic within the community. Endings, losses, and enemies this way. Let me see. Endings and losses. It's like he gets closed off from these parties and cut off here because this sits on scythe. He's going to try to go for a new business venture, but it just doesn't go. It gets blocked and delayed here for persistent fraud. He may try to negotiate it, but it's like, no, it doesn't move. You're not moving this thing. This way, this line of 5, it's like the party abandons him and moves away, and his luck just runs out this way. There's the party, large body of people, distant, enemy, blocked, moved away. He becomes an island. Hope and wins are burdensome. New business or small business negotiating with friends that are false. Okay. Public funds and a party that has a lot of money, fundraising, new distance, it's like a new transfer, a new transition. They move away. There's big problems with negotiating with that group of people. They're looking to win, but he becomes very burdensome and problematic. He becomes a liability, a problem. Snake pit this way with these corners. And the many are burdened and sacrificed. Distant friends, or they distance themselves. He's got a very, 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 very small chance. Small. Itty bitty. Garden knights to birds, and garden sits on birds. No, bird sits on gardens. Garden sits on scythe. The communication and negotiation within the party is cut off. Ship and dog, distant friends, and a lot of arguing. These people become enemies and they get put under pressure. They become enemies, and huge problems with lies, trouble, betrayals, business, money, transactions, shopping, independence is blocked and delayed. Small chance, and negotiations become very painful and difficult this way. New conversations with a friend betray a woman or lie to a woman. Something to do with marketing here that gives him access and happiness this way. It's kind of like, I don't want to say self-promotion, but like flyers, shit in the mail, flyers. And it gives him access to gifts. There's also invitations here. So there's something that he's sending out in the mail, invites of some sort. Very important friend this way. New honors, voicemails, important friend, false praise, and then these two. Childish man, emotional woman, talking about happiness and gifts, false documents and paperwork, and this person becomes key. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fighting in court, a lot of money paid over a long period of time. Childish emotions, but it's like very small chances of creativity and honors. It doesn't fly. Voicemails and an important friend. Let me see. Invites to the cemetery plot. Yeah, it could be. But even if it's here, it doesn't go. It's like they try a new business venture, but it doesn't go. It's delayed this way. It's blocked. Because the results of his reputation, of what he's done to his own reputation, he's not trustworthy. He knights here to dog. Look at what follows. He's not trustworthy. Promises that he makes are they fall, they become burdensome because he's a liar this way. So again, with the corners, it's like he's out of luck. He's out of luck. Crossroads on coffin, dead ends, choices that lead to endings, choices and options that are closed, multiple losses. And it's not just like, oh crap, I lost my shoes. No, it's like huge, heavy losses. Scython Moon, his reputation and honors is ruptured. And then Whip on Ring, argumentative relationships, problematic relationships, sexual relationships, something that happens routinely and with a pattern over and over and over and over again. Now, here's something else. This person here, okay, they're sitting on they're sitting on mountain. This person spoke to a large body of people in a small government about business or transactions, okay, with fish sitting on dog, business or transactions that this person was guiding or providing wisdom for, okay, in an institution, but the institution was changing. They were elevating, they were adding to, okay? So, and I think we discussed this earlier, but if I read this as Alan Weiselberg and we box him in, those documents are false, okay? Documents are false. Those false documents were delivered, documents delivered here with writer, financial documents are false. They were delivered to this institution. You guys following me? He's going to have legal problems with the institutions over here. And I was asking, I don't know if Jenny's still in the chat. I don't know if Jenny is still in the chat, because I was looking at this the other day. I think it was yesterday or the day before. And I was going through these 3 rows down this way. Okay. And I'm seeing all the business caca that's going on over here. And then I saw this and I was like, wait a minute. And I think I asked Johnny, what if, and what would happen if Mazars, the accounting firm, okay, because this would be an accountant, dog, and fish sits on dog, a friend or someone that you trust with your transactions, with your shopping, with your checkbook, okay? This right here would be checks. Fish, money, letter, cash money, paper checks. Here, book, checkbook. Okay, so remember, Jenny, when I was asking you, I said, what if Mazars really didn't know that those documents that Weiselberg and Trump were giving them were false? Because here it shows financial records, bear and letter, false, or financial, and then it knights here to snake. They're false, they're a lie. If Mazars was confused, confused up here, gaslighted, did not know that what was being delivered, because Cloud sits on writer, what was being delivered, writer sits on Fish about the money, the business, if they did not know that that was false, what would that mean for Trump? Could he be liable in a separate case with Mazars and all other financial institutions? And then I was asking you about that the other day, and I think I saw something today on the news, the complete statement from Mazars that was saying and issuing out the warning to all other financial institutions that, hey, everything that you guys did based on our work, we did our work good. It was the documents that were given to us that were false. So don't like they blew the whistle to all the other financial institutions saying our work is good. We did it by the book based on the laws. But we can't tell you if it's good or not because what we were given was shit. There's no way for us to know. So remember, Jenny, I asked you, I was like, what would be the issue if separate from Letitia James at New York AG and the Manhattan DA, which is going after him criminally, can the banks, besides calling in their loans, because here it shows that the loans are coming, the financiers are coming to collect. There's something that they find out during discovery that puts the family on notice and it puts the properties on notice. Could they go after him themselves? Because here it shows on this portion here, it shows a big, huge continuing fight over money and business. And it's an independent company. Fish is independence. And there's the company and there's a fight. So I'm wondering if separate from AG and separate from criminal, if Mazars and these other companies go after him civilly. Because here's Garden, large body, civil society. And then here with Whip fighting. If they go after him in a civil litigation themselves, because the documents that they produced, that Weiselberg and Trump produced, were fraudulent. Let me see, they could put a lien on his properties or foreclose. Well, he's headed for a shitstorm. Just based on these corners, he's headed for a fucking shitstorm. No wonder she's crapping her pants. Oh, Donald, how will I get my plastic surgery? I cannot. I need my Botox every day. And here's plastic surgery down here, just so you know I'm not lying. Just so you know I'm not lying. So, because here it shows when it goes into discovery, these people are coming for their money. They're coming for their money. Bear is finance. Writer sits on fish. Give me the money. Here's discovery. Book on anchor, which sits on ship. The discovery of their business and commerce. The properties and the family suffer and are sacrificed. Like I said, he can go get a bunk bed with Lindsey Graham since he loves to suck his ass so much. So, and I'm sorry, Jenny, I just thought of that question because I was looking at this portion of it. And then there's problems with public funds here as well. So the IRS. And people coming to collect down here. Again, this is this tableau is for 1 year. And it looks like, maybe if I'm interpreting this correctly, he sits on Sun. Sun is the summer. And we're starting out here with Cloud, which is card number 6 on House Writer, which is card number 1. So we're looking at January 6th, as well as the news possibly arriving around June. if I go this way, this is August. February, March, April, May, June, July, August. So perhaps during the, maybe what it's saying is we'll hear more from January 1st, January 6th committee first, and then everything just kind of snowballs after. Or it could be saying once we get towards the summer months, so perhaps beginning in June, maybe, or when the summer officially begins, and then after that, it's just a shit show through August. And perhaps in August, if this column here is August, it's when the shit really hits the fan with the courts for him. And it's just going to be a shit show, if I'm interpreting it correctly. I've made plenty of mistakes before, so y'all don't crucify me. I'm just trying to do my best. So, well, that's the thing, Margaret. If him and Weiselberg were giving them wrong information, here it shows the letter, documents. Letter sits on man, Donald Trump. The results for him, his documents. Right below that is bear. Bear is power, it's food, it's strength, it's finances. Sits on key. His access to finances. Okay? And how those finances were delivered for certain projects, and also finances that were delivered. Did these financiers have knowledge, okay, that the properties and the family were guilty or suffering? Those records provided access to the gifts that he received, but they're false. They're lies here. And then Cross sits on Fox. Suffering, guilt, burdens, sacrifice, and it sits on Fox, which is fraud, manipulation. It's also work and employment, but in this case, I'm going to go with fraud and manipulation. Fox is up here sitting on house, fraudulent properties that perhaps were heavily underwater and they just manipulated it and changed it here, with Storks sitting on house bear, changing, increasing, adding to the value to get what he desired. Let me see. More armed riots around the courts. Well, here's a riot here. Okay. This would be a large body of people, a congregation. It nights here to fighting. However, I don't see them armed. And if they do come, they're small. Because here it would be, writer is more visitors, is a visitor. This would be travel. Travel to a rally or some sort of a congregation, but that congregation is small, missing. It's being eaten away at, being diminished. Here it shows that it's small. The many are small. There's not many. Not many. And fish with dog, there's an abundance of security. There is an abundance of security, and possibly dog, even though it sits far, I can put it in a line of 5 and mirror them. Police. So, yeah, the banks were seriously, I mean, Deutsche Bank is dirty as shit. You know, like, they're dirty as shit. I don't know what other banks he was involved with. I don't really know what's going on with Mazars, but I mean, I'm just looking at this portion here. Oh God, I fucked this up again. I'm just looking at, let me see. What am I doing? I'm looking at this portion here and the false documents. So if they really did not know, then because I guess they're defending what they're saying. I guess what they're saying is, they're plugging in the numbers that they were given by Weiselberg, who, was working with Trump to fudge the numbers. So it's kind of like doing a mathematical equation and you got to fill in for X or Y or whatever variant. If your input is wrong to begin with, your output is going to be wrong. Does that make sense? But if the input that you were given was purposefully wrong, not some little bit of a mistake, Alan Weiselberg admitted in court that, oh yeah, we were off by like $200 million, give or take. So, you know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know. And it's not just, oh God, I fucked it up again. Hold on. It's not just that. If these are the accountants, the firm that has to do with business and commerce, that has people working inside that guide you and manage you, okay, that you're consulting with, that you trust. If this is the accounting firm, well, they just made a call. They just made a call, like a literal call, whether on paper, which I think they did put it on a written statement, but they also gave a call to the others that congregate with him for business and venture. This birds goes to garden, okay? And then right here, we have business and venture. They just made the call to all the other institutions. Hey, you better come and collect real quick because this motherfucker's going under. Does that make any sense at all? Because they're blowing the whistle here. Did I make any sense? So, because of the legal shit he's in. Insurance companies too. Yeah. Mazars, the accountants, let everybody know. Hey, y'all better come collect because this motherfucker is about to have his shit taken away. So get it while it's hot, boys and girls. Like, because here it shows collections, the people for money, the important finances, money delivered, knowledge of his business ventures, and that properties and family are going to suffer this way. So it's like everybody's going to jump ship. So his access then, if I follow him this way, his access to the finances, he's going to have to fight like hell. He's going to have to fight like hell. And it's like he's out of options with the corners. He's out of options. He's been cut out. So let me see. I think at this point, Marie, it's hurry up before you have to sit down and take a number like the DMV. Well, Diana, there's somebody coming for him this way. And this way, it shows banks. And this way, it shows banks too. And didn't Deutsche Bank also go to the, didn't they testify to the grand jury as well? Yeah, there's going to be an ass and elbows race, Marie. That's for sure. There's going to be an ass and elbows race. Let's see. What else? Yeah, he's going to have trouble. And then because his corners are saying huge, I mean, it's just going to be a repeated, never-ending nightmare of shit. Multiple losses too. Crossroads on coffin. Multiple losses, multiple repeated losses. Fighting and arguing in court, perhaps to not have to pay, because here it shows fighting to pay, to not have to pay. And just, I mean, it's trouble all over the place. All over the place. And then the corners, right smack in the middle. There's a very small chance. A very small chance. His only chance, if you look here, the success he's hoping for are the loyalists to give him the answers. When the shit hits the fan, he's going to rely on, because right here, central, there's huge problems, delays, obstacles, obstructions, enemies that are talking, and he's trying to stop people from talking. Okay. Clover and house child, small chance, small risk, a gamble that is small, new. Birds in house garden, talking to a large body of people that support him. His only answer to this, and the reason I say that is because moon is far away. Stars is close. This would be your hope and inspiration to take a new direction. This is your answer. This is your success. It's far. He sits on sun, but it's far. In regards to near and far, that's not touchable. This is not touchable. This is not touchable. This is the closest he has. And it's right here. The closest thing that he has is his supporters to perhaps do the dirty work for him, but that's only going to get you so far. And I was talking to Jenny and Johnny about this on Sunday night after the live stream. I was like, does this stupid motherfucker really think that he can send his supporters out to the courthouses and everywhere else to try to shut them down? It's like, do they not know? Does he not realize that, you know, the courts, when they want somebody, they don't bend to the mafia and kiss the ring? Like, he's really that fucking stupid. He doesn't care because these people are easily disposable, you know? Wait, what? Birds, key, cross. What? Birds, key, house. No, because you're only looking at this. You need to read the whole line. Losses, endings, transfer, meetings to negotiate the house or property. So there's going to be meetings on how they're going to transfer and close properties, because properties are burdened. Their properties and the family. So this way. In a different context, also, this could be in reference to the January 6th committee, because Bird sits on garden. There's the loss of the win. Coffin sits on clover, losing the win. The transfer. Okay, so that would be the transfer of power that was delayed and obstructed. But the transfer and fighting the transfer, ship sits on clover, or ship sits on whip. Bird is sitting on garden, the committee that's talking. There's a woman here that has answers. And then the house here punishes, because house sits on cross. So there's two different ways to read that. I hope that made sense. But there's a referral for him that he's going to fight coming from the committee. There's a referral that's being delivered. Did that make sense, Jenny? There's two ways to read that. Okay. Yep. Now he's got scythe on moon. Moon knight's here. And it's over here. Moon is on letter. It's almost like after over the next year, I don't know when this is going to happen because this is a year. So this would go this way and then this way. And then this way. I don't know when this happens, but it's almost like if this is the referral for him, because letter sits on man. He's got scythe right behind him, sitting on moon, rupturing and separating his reputation, his honors. Okay. He's going to be happy, or he's looking for happiness when he gets access to perhaps the ballots. But his honor and his character comes under scrutiny, and he's cut off. Also with the corners here, there's going to be big problems putting him in the elections because he's been cut off. And here he's cut off. This right here would be public office. So there's something that happens where he is referred here with letter and writer. He is referred so that they can reach their goal here to keep him out of office. So it's like, if this is the committee and this is the committee here at nights, and this sits on garden, bird sits on garden, this sits on scythe as well. So it's like after, I don't know when this happens because this line goes this way and then back around, and then it goes this way. Okay. And then this way for the year. It's almost like he gets a referral here to where he's cut off from holding public office again. It's like they have enough evidence here. No, it's a referral. Lucky girl. It's a referral. And then something happens up here. Because here it says the line goes this way and then it wraps back around this way. So it's like, because his reputation is so damaged because of the evidence that they have gotten from this committee this way. If this is power, his access to power, no, sir. It's like they shut that door on him too. And then the corners reiterate that as well. If this is elections, choices, here it sits on coffin. And then with these two, he's separated from ever holding public office again, because his reputation and his honor, reputation and his character is just no, because of this attack and weapons. If that makes sense. And then Tower sits on Storks, the insurrection, changing and overthrowing. The Storks is always something high on top of something, overthrowing the government. Here's the angry mob of the many little people that traveled and destroyed here the capital with weapons. And then this would be inspiration, passionate inspiration to overthrow the election because of widespread lies attacking the Capitol. So that happens too. Somehow, some way, shape, or form, the results of the committee put him on a referral. And the results of that, he's no longer allowed to hold office. Repeatedly in courts before a judge. Yeah, it's like, it's never ending, Jen. Like I said, whip right here on house ring, over and over and over and over, a continuation over and over and over again. Not just disputing his agreements. So like I was saying way earlier, it looks like he will go to court when the people come to collect, go to court to start fighting with the banks and everybody to not have to pay them. Also fighting with the banks and everything if they try to take away from him. So closing properties or negotiating for foreclosures and stuff. He'll try to fight it, but it's good luck, man. This motherfucker is fucked. Fucked. Sorry about the language. But it's not just the January 6th committee. It's also the party insiders. So not like the RNC or anything, party insiders that are having closed door meetings on how to keep him off the ballot. And there's a betrayal here. So that's all I got. That's all I got. I got my notes. So I think the next one, let me see here. I'm just going to do his chain around, and then I'm going to stop because I've been on here for over 2 hours and my brain is cooked. So it goes. Man. Son. Man, son, tree. This is a super long chain. That's why it's the only one I'm going to do. Otherwise, I'm going to be here forever. Man, son, tree. snake. Crossroads. Crossroads. Coffin. Clover child. Tower. Tower. Storks. Bear. Key woman. Key. Woman. Mice. Okay. Lilies. Book. Book. Anchor. Ship. Whip. Ring. Whip. Ring. Clouds. Rider. Clouds. Rider. Fish. Dog. Mountain. Birds. Garden. Scythe. Moon. That chain is 31 cards long. That chain is 31 cards long. Dear Lord Jesus. Hold on, please. Un momento, por favor. Okay, let me, dang it. Okay. Man, sun, tree, snake, crossroads, coffin, clover, child, garden, or tower, storks, bear, key, woman, mice, bouquet, lilies, book, anchor, ship, whip, ring, clouds, rider, fish, dog, mountain, birds, garden, scythe, moon, and letter. That's the whole chain. Okay. Okay, so it's man, sun, tree, snake, crossroads. He's quite optimistic. However, there's growing trouble around an end of options. Man, sun, tree, snake, crossroads, coffin. So man, optimism, growing problems, choices end. Then it's clover, child, tower, storks, and bear. An opportunity for new or small institutional government or new company increase, financial changing finances that are significant or very important. A woman is nervous. Nervous woman, a woman that is a thief as well. So it's okay. So this right here, from there to here, it's showing that he was quite optimistic until he runs, and he recognizes that he's running out of options because of his financial fluctuations that are very significant, and it's making a woman very nervous, or a woman that is stealing. And then there's another woman here. So perhaps Ivanka and Melania, because there's two. Let me see here. He's been doing this for a long time and keeping it secret and to achieve commerce and business with a pattern of repetition. There's a pattern of abuse that repeats over and over and over again to achieve his goals that he has kept secret. And his partnerships are quite problematic. There's a delivery or news news from an accountant, fish and dog, delays and obstacles, but this accountant also becomes an enemy. They talk because it's dog, mountain, birds. This person talks, squeals about the organization. The party. Also, with garden here, this could also be inaugural committee because it's a big party, somewhere where you go to party. But also, another way to interpret this as well is because of his pattern of abuse, his relationships becomes very problematic, and the many decide to isolate him, to turn their backs on him, give him the cold shoulder, and he's cut off from speaking at parties this way. Because the results of what he's being recognized for. So it's not just financial problems, but it's also being cut out from the party. Because here with dog, mountain, birds, there's a friend, cold shoulder, talking at a party or negotiating with a party, and then cut off here with scythe. And it's almost like these people, hold on. Rider, fish, dog, mountain, birds. And then if I go this way, this relationship was problematic, and it's like an abusive relationship that was very problematic, very critical relationship that was just bad, and the bad news is being delivered about his finances. So they kind of give him the cold shoulder and block him off from speaking. So it's almost like the RNC and the Republican Party as well. He's cut off there as well because of all this. And then his honor, the results of everything from him, not just financial, but everything else. And not just that, there's money here with fish, and then dog, and then mountain, birds, and garden and scythe. The money that was being delivered to these people in this party from problematic relationships with people that may be confused and irritable and kind of whacked out in the head, it's almost like that gets cut off too. So it's, let me see, the money delivered to a friend, delayed. And then there's meetings about how to cut him off from the party this way. So if I read this in context of the Republican Party, which I did mention that earlier because it was like in this portion of the grand tableau with the dog and the key and the birds here and book here, the meetings that they're holding in private, even though this doesn't say that they're doing it privately here, but it's like they're meeting and negotiating on how they're going to cut him off from the party because he becomes a liability. And here, him being successful, no, he becomes a growing problem and they're going to lose the election here. It's a small chance and a small win. So his success, okay, his success, and then there's growing problems, election loss, small chance of winning. So I hope I'm making sense. It's like the Republican Party cuts him off here because they start to recognize all the shit that he's in. And if I look at Crossroads as polls, because Crossroads speaks about your choices, your options, multiples, two of something. If those are the polls, he loses. He loses because it's snake, crossroads, coffin. And then it's followed by clover and child. So it's a very small chance, but he's still cut off from the party here. And government shows over here. So as this line continues this way, it shows not only problems in the court because of all the financial fluctuations, the overturning of the government with Tower and Storks. So changing the government, overturning a coup d'etat for power, to gain access to power. It's also his finances with Bear here in the mix. It's like there's a result here on how he's recognized, his honors, his character that prohibit him from the party, if that makes any sense. So I don't know if that would be via 14th Amendment, because Fox sits very far from, hold on. Fox is number 14. Okay. It sits too far from here for me to say 14th Amendment. There's something that he's referred for something, and maybe he gets indicted. And by the time whatever rolls around, it's like he's no longer permitted. He's cut off here. Public office, he's cut off for trying to overthrow the government, because overthrowing the election because of lies this way, and they're widespread. And then man and scythe, he's dangerous. He's dangerous. Typically, this would be someone that is sharp-tongued as well, and also sharp-minded. But no, we can rule that out. He's a fucking idiot. But he's dangerous, so he's cut off. So that's what I got, y'all. That's what I got. So let me see here. Let me do something real quick. I'm putting a poll up. Feel free to vote for the next GT, whether we're going to do Ivanka, Melania, or Ivanka. I forget who the hell I put on there. Let me see. Ivanka, Melania, or Rudy. So I got the chart. Cross is in the 14th. Let me see. I'm going to let you all vote there for a second while I do something real quick. Let me make the chart. So we're doing Vanky. We're doing Vanky next. All right, give me 1 second. Six, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Woohoo, girlfriend. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, Lord Jesus. Okay, I'm going to write this down. We'll be back with this tomorrow. 32, 23, 2, 24, 17, 26, 20, and 22. She's got multiple losses too. She's got Crossroads sitting on coffin as well. Let me see, 34, 30, 13, 19, 25, 1, 9, 27, 16, 7, 12, 8, 4, 28, 36, 35, Jesus Christ, 18, 3, 29, 5, 15, 33, 18, 3, 29. Oh, it goes 6, 6, 5, 15, 33, 14, 21, 31, 11, and 10. Yeah, I think she's well on her way to being indicted. Coffin in the House of Cross, whip in the House of Anchor. Ooh, girlfriend. There's an organization, some sort of a big party that shuts down. Big, huge party. So anywhere where people go to congregate, or where, so I don't know if that's the inaugural committee or something, but I thought that was already shut down. But anyways, there's some sort of a large body of people that comes to a close, and several men that are found guilty of cheating and fraud. So, and she's landing all the way at the bottom, and the top 3 cards are showing that she's under a great deal of emotional stress at the moment, with moon, mice, and lilies. She's under a great amount of emotional stress because of something that she did to cheat and gain opportunity in commerce, that had to do with business as well. Mice was under this. So we'll look at this tomorrow. That's just a little bit of a teaser. So thank you all for hanging out tonight. I will try my hardest to come on again tomorrow. I can't even talk. Come on. Yeah, come on. Again tomorrow. It'll probably be around after 7 o'clock. So I hope to see you all there. If I come on, we'll see how I'm feeling. I've been kind of whacked out and busy at work, so my brain is just like done. But I got it in the notes here, so we're ready to go. Thank you all so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for all the super chat, you guys. I'm sorry if I didn't see them because I was looking down at my stuff. So I want to thank you guys so much. Great seeing you all again. I've been kind of MIA for a while. Thank you to all my wonderful moderators for keeping the house clean. Whacking people with wrenches and stuff. I really appreciate that. And I hope to see you all again tomorrow. Knock on wood, with a GT for Banky. All right. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.